Covenantal friendship. Friendship, particularly covenantal friendship, is often marked by deep loyalty, sacrifice, and symbolic acts that signify unity. The friendship between Jonathan, son of King Saul, and David, the future king of Israel, presents one of the most profound biblical examples of such a relationship. The act of Jonathan giving his robe, tunic, sword, bow, and belt to David, 1 Samuel 18 verses 3-4, serves as a key moment in their bond. This exchange of clothing was more than an act of generosity, it was a prophetic and symbolic transfer of identity, authority, and divine favor. Theory: the exchange of clothing as a transfer of identity and destiny. This theory posits that Jonathan's act of giving his royal garments and weapons to David was a tangible representation of three key elements. A transfer of kingship and divine favor. As the Prince of Israel, Jonathan was the rightful heir to Saul's throne. By giving his robe, a symbol of his royal status, to David, he was effectively recognizing David's divine calling to kingship. This act mirrors the biblical pattern where garments represent authority, e.g., Joseph's coat of many colors signifying his father's favor. A covenant of brotherhood and protection. Clothing in ancient Israel was often a representation of one's identity. By exchanging his garments, Jonathan was symbolically declaring, "What is mine is yours." This act solidified their covenant, where Jonathan vowed to protect David from his father's wrath. It demonstrated a shift from mere friendship to a brotherhood bound by divine purpose. A revelation of spiritual covering and alignment with God's will. Jonathan's submission to David's anointing shows his willingness to align with God's plan rather than earthly succession. The act of clothing David in his garments could be seen as a spiritual covering, Jonathan ensuring that David was protected, honored, and positioned for his future role. Implications of this theory. Friendship as a medium of destiny exchange. True friendships have the power to affirm and activate one's destiny. Jonathan's act was not just an exchange of garments but a prophetic endorsement of David's calling. Sacrificial love and covenant friendships. Jonathan's willingness to surrender his status for David highlights the depth of godly friendships, where love is selfless, and one person is willing to uplift the other, even at personal cost. The spiritual power of symbolic acts. Clothing exchanges in biblical contexts often symbolize transformation, e.g., the prodigal son receiving a new robe. Here, Jonathan's gesture reinforces the idea that material exchanges can signify deeper spiritual truths. Conclusion. The friendship of Jonathan and David, marked by the exchange of clothing, illustrates a powerful biblical principle. True friendship aligns with God's will, fosters selfless love, and can be instrumental in shaping one's destiny. Jonathan, though destined for the throne. Like, share, follow, and comment.